loveliness of its shapely body. What else could offer such irresistible challenge for the artist to reproduce it in his particular medium? What else could be follower of pure beauty?
Hello, everybody. On the third and last night of our Pink Film Retrospective at Fantastic Fest, I heard somebody say "ah." That's exactly what I love to hear. "Ah," that we're going to leave you laughing here. But we do have two movies tonight, and they're two, yes, they're two more recent. You know, a couple of them are from a couple of decades ago. Well, one of them's from a couple of decades ago, and that'll be the second one we see. The other one was from 2002 or so, in that range. I don't recall exactly. That'll be the first one that we see, which is a lonely cow weeps at dawn. Yes, rolls off the tongue. And the second one, of course, will be S&M Hunter from '86, which actually stars the guy playing S&M Hunter is the guy you may remember playing the uncle in Uncle's Paradise last year. So it all kind of comes around. I do want to bring to the stage right now the author of the book Behind the Pink Curtain, which is the Bible of pink films, Jasper Sharp. And Marc Walkow of Outcast Cinema, New York Asian Film Festival, etc., Subway Cinema. Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight, out for the third night, and definitely the least politically correct night, I hope, at Fantastic Fest for a long time. Certainly for the second film. I wanted to ask, between the films, is it just going to go one film and then the next, or are we doing a little break or anything?
Have we got a break, Mike? That's a good question.
What we call a run to the bathroom quickly style. Right?
Quickly, so run to the bathroom quickly break, yeah. Because each film's only about an hour long, so the double feature is no longer than a break.
Can I mention one other thing? We also have a thing we do every week called Weird Wednesday. This will put people kind of tight on Weird Wednesday, so if there's anybody here who wants to go, and they know they want to go to Weird Wednesday, I can save them a seat. So that way you don't have to rush out and you can see all of S&M Hunter. So if you do, raise your hand now and I'll save that many seats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say 12 seats. Mike, if you can call it, say 12 seats. Thank you. So you sit in my reserve section with me and Brian Trenchard Smith. Me too. 15 seats.
So 16. 16
Sorry, Mark.
No. I want to go too, but I saw it on Monday. That's all right. And it is a great film, Man of Walkow. So if you were with us for the past two nights, we had the 1960s represented on Monday. It was a good woman. Last night was Gushing Prayer, a 15-year-old prostitute. I can say that now with pride. From the 70s. And tonight is the 80s, sleeping right over the 90s into the aughties with Lonely Cow Weeps at Dawn. And to tell you a little bit more about the films and the eras in which they come is Jasper Sharp from MidnightEye.com, a website I'm sure a lot of you know and read. And the author of this book, Behind the Pink Curtain, which is still on sale from Harvey Fenton out in the lobby. Are the hardcovers gone, or have they?
Yeah, hardcover's all gone now. So
softcover. You can still get the hardcover, I think, directly from the Fab site, probably, if you want that one. We have to pay to have it shipped from Britain. But so we'll be back for a Q&A at the end, but Jasper can give you some introductory remarks right now.
Well, there's probably not a lot that I can say about these films. They pretty much speak for themselves. The one thing you'll notice, if you've been here the past couple of nights, the previous two have been about an hour and a half long, and these are about an hour long, which is the standard standard length for a pink film nowadays. They sort of settled into this sort of more formulaic sort of format in around 1971, 1972, where pretty much you'll get like a sex scene every 5-10 minutes. Also, the other thing is that The Lonely Cow Weeps at Dawn goes under a huge variety of titles. This is another one of the things that it's very complicated with pink films, that they'll have a director's title, which is a bit more artistic, and that's The Lonely Cow Weeps at Dawn. And then they'll have the title they're released into the pink cinemas, which is a bit more sort of explicit, really. This one's called Pervert Father-in-Law and Daughter.
Yeah.
It also went by another title, which is Chichi-Shiburi, which essentially means milking.
Milking tits.
Yeah. And then my favourite was the video title, which was The Cowshed of Immorality.
get the really literal title, the artistic title, and the one that's kind of like, huh?
And then the director Daisuke Goto originally started off in Nikatsu making Roman porno films, which are the higher budget versions of Pink films. He made the last ever Roman porno film, whose title escapes me momentarily.
I bet it's in the book though.
Bed partner.
It is somewhere in there.
Bed partner. Bed partner.
Bed Partner, that's right, yes. And then the second film I haven't actually seen, but the director Shuji Kataoka, this is pretty emblematic of all the sort of stuff that was going in the 80s when they sort of, the Japanese seem to lose all sense of self-control. Huge amounts of films with bondage and rape and...
Nazis.
Nazis, yes, and nuns.
Nuns, lesbians, yeah. I've seen S&M Hunter, and you guys are in for a ride. I will say Lonely Cow is very, very different in tone. These two films are very different in tone, just to make you aware of that. But S&M Hunter is a fitting end to this series.
Yeah, Shuji Kataoka's most famous for a 5-film series called Subway Serial Rape. And that's about all I know about him. He was definitely one of the stalwarts of the 80s and sort of early 90s. So, I mean, I don't have much more to say about these, but I hope you'll enjoy them. And
we'll have a nice discussion afterward if anybody remains after S&M Hunter. And also in-house to tell us a little bit more about the company that's releasing these 2 films on DVD in the US. We have a bunch of representatives from Pink Eiga, an LA-based company, who will also be around afterwards to answer some questions.
It's going to flood the US market with Japanese filth.
Yeah, you see it and capture the best part. Thank you, enjoy the film.
The Barcelino, the Mad Dino, with the Bambino, the Gambino, bigger than Jim Colosimo, more reservoir doors than Tarantino, scales